This video was made possible thanks to the support of our amazing patrons. We couldn't do this without you.
Don't forget that you can support the channel for free and receive 10% off orders over $10 at Flipside Gaming by using the promo code Affinity at the checkout. Or if TCG Player or Magic Madhouse are more your thing, then be sure to place your order through our affiliate links in the description. Once again, at no extra cost to yourselves. Hello everyone and welcome back to Affinity for Commander. My name is Alex and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 cards that you should be playing in the coming months from Commander Masters. All cards listed here will be non-legendaries to be put in the 99 of your deck, or 98 considering how many gosh darn partner commanders there are now. So, let's get to it. Number 5. We're going to be starting off with a card that continues the proud tradition started by Alms Collector, i.e. not letting your opponents draw cards with static abilities. Hull Breacher is a 3/2 merfolk with flash, and they say whenever an opponent would draw a card outside the first one they would draw normally in a turn, instead, you make a treasure. Now, obviously flashing this guy in response to a massive Sphinx's Revelation or Blue Sun Zenith is the absolute pinnacle of comedy. This card, however, is not just for those big blowout moments. If someone is instead getting huge amounts of value off of playing small creatures from Tulane, Beast Whisperer or Soul of the Harvest, then this tiny merfolk just whispers back, no. Or if someone has the absolute audacity to play cards like Rhystic Study or Mystic Remora, then this lovely little guy stops those effects dead in its tracks. Yes, they might just choose not to draw the card because it is a May ability, but nullifying a Rhystic Study is still pretty powerful. I mean, honestly, what type of degenerate even plays Rhystic Study? Come on. Yeah, okay, that's fair. My point is, this is a great way to punish any player who is overzealously drawing, and at the same time generate you some ramp and colour fixing, which can work well for any decks, quite frankly. Pretty solid inclusion for number 5. Number 4. White has been getting some super pushed cards recently. Yes, Heliod, I am talking about you. And that trend is going to continue with Keeper of the Accord, a suitably costed soldier that helped with 2 of White's biggest problems, not maintaining a board state and ramp. Being honest, this card has such insane potential to carry any deck that has it into the late game, it's quite frankly silly. Mainly because it triggers at the beginning of each end step. So, after any opponent is finished with their turn ramping and casting creature spells, you then get these triggers. Honestly, this card could have easily just said each upkeep and it still would have been playable, but the fact that it's given at the end step after your opponents have had their turn, it just makes it so much more powerful. And quite frankly, there's not a lot else to say about it, it's just a high value, damn good card. And with even more of these cards coming out as of late, Mono White is quite quickly not becoming the worst mono colour in EDH. And that's not a sentence I thought I would ever say. Number 3. Speaking of White getting super pushed cards, Akromas Will is literally everything I want in a card ever. It's moderately costed, versatile, and has effects relevant to its colour identity. Akromas Will is a 4-mana instant with 2 modes, one for attacking and dealing a lot of damage, the other for protecting your board. Or, if you control your commander, you get both. This is probably one of the biggest blowout cards I've seen in quite a while. If you cast this card in your main one, or even just before blockers are declared, then your opponents are not going to be able to block any of your creatures because they've got protection from all colours. And if you've got your commander out and you're able to select both modes, giving all your creatures lifelink and double strike, that is going to be some huge damage. And you're also going to be getting an absolutely absurd amount of life. Probably even enough life to maybe even bring back Dak Vaden. Not you, Gideon, though. Your story's kind of over. Yeah. Sorry. I just love the versatility of this card. being able to either go in for that huge boatload of damage I just talked about, or being able to protect your board at the drop of a hat. And the fact that it gives it protection from colours as well means blocks are of no concern, and your creatures can't even be then spot removed with exile or bounce type effects. Honestly, there's definitely at least one person at WotC who is making sure that we have these super pushed white cards. And to you, good sir and or madam, well done.
Number 2.
Well, it just wouldn't be a top 5 list without a tutor. So here's Magis of the Order, a continuation of the Magis cycle whereby Wizards takes a powerful effect from a land, enchantment or artifact and slap it on a creature. The design of this particular Magis is actually pretty alright. It's fairly costed at 4 mana, is a 3/3, not entirely sure why it couldn't have been an elf though. You do however have to use an additional green mana to activate it though. But this is just a small quibble, given that Natural Order, the card this Magis is longing to invoke, is at time of recording still $25. So being able to have a more budget option available for this powerful effect, I'm more than open to that. And the Magis makes it this far into my list for the exact same reason why Natural Order is still $25. Being able to grab any creature from your deck is already strong, just ask Worldly Tutor, but being able to grab them from your library and then put them onto the battlefield, yeah, that's where the broken stuff starts to happen. Any combo piece you need, it's there for you. Any spot removal you need to deal with a threat, it's there for you. Or if you just want to drop all manner of pretense and just grab Craterhoof because you need to get home and walk the dog, it's still there for you. But before we continue to our number 1 spot, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Commander related content. Because after all, watching a video and enjoying it without liking and subscribing makes Winston sad. And you wouldn't want to make Winston sad, would you? Right, on to the final card from Commander Legends that you should be playing.
Number 1.
It's Opposition Agent, alright? It just is. It's the most powerful card. And it kind of pains me to say it, because quite frankly, it's just power on a stick. For anyone that doesn't know about this card, which, considering its hype and profile at this point, is kind of like trying to dodge heavy machine gun fire, Opposition Agent is a 3-mana creature with flash, that, whenever opponent is tutoring, you get to control how they're tutoring. And whenever they would find a card, it is exiled, and you get to play these exiled cards for any colour of mana. Now, this card is absurd for a multitude of reasons, which we will now go through. For 3 mana, you get to essentially counter anyone's searching abilities and get a dude, which is already pretty alright. You then get to look through their library and exile any card that their tutor could have grabbed. So this is automatically, right away, 100% better than Aven Mind Sensor. Not only do you get to make sure they don't get the search, not only do you get to look through their entire library, but you then get to exile their best land or creature depending on what tutor they are using. And then if that wasn't enough, you then get to play the exiled card for yourself for any colour of mana. This is on a card that is 3 mana in black. If you can't tell, I'm not overly pleased about this. After all, this card has now pushed Sazat's Will from my top 5 spot, and I really wanted to talk about Sazat's Will. It's got different playability, it's got versatility, modes, and a different play strategy all to itself. Whereas Oppression Agent is once again power on a stick. Yes, unfortunately, it is just unequivocally the most powerful card. In fact, the only rebuttal I've ever heard from someone is saying that it's situational, that it's only useful when people are tutoring. And to those people, I say, we are playing Commander! This is the format for tutoring. Kodamas, Reachers, tutors of the normal variety, even Solemn Simulacrum triggers, these all count for the Opposition Agent's abilities. However, I don't want this video just to turn to another Opposition Agent rant. You can find more than enough of those out there without me adding to the pile. And I also don't want to leave a bitter taste in our mouths. So let's have a look back at the other 4 cards as well. Remember, they are also powerful and will be seeing play in the coming months. So it might be an idea to maybe pick those up now before they start to trickle up in pricing. So that will be the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more just like it. Let us know in the comments below, what is your favourite card to come out in Commander Masters? And if you really like us, feel free to follow us on Twitter at 4Commander, or if you really like us, you could consider becoming a patron of the channel yourself for access to exclusive Commander related rewards. As always, I've been Alex, and I will see you next time. Oh, Jewel Lotus is terrible, by the way. Just saying.